about another 20 minutes.
Okay. Can I ask a few questions? I don't know if am I jumping ahead of any of you all? Okay, so you refer to the police and the fire department.
Yes.
They're, in my eyes, a little bit different for the reason that they don't bill residents
Okay.
for the service. Do you disagree with that, or can you kind of?
I can tell you that in Allegheny County alone, there was a survey done, and over a 5-year period, almost every single ambulance service suffered a loss 3 of those 5 years. We're asking you 9 to come together to simply pay for one 24-hour ambulance crew. That's all we're asking. That's how the $5 a head and the other money got pitched in. One crew cost me about $450,000 a year. Not all the benefits covered, and certainly not the truck. It's $750,000 for one ambulance and one crew 24/7 at the door with coverage. Yes, we bill. We also do a lot of donating. We're a nonprofit organization, so we write off a lot of bills when people are underinsured or don't. Anytime we take a Medicaid patient, we lose money. It's as simple as that. We get between $100 and $200 for a Medicaid patient, and if they got to go downtown, we lose that ambulance for 3 hours. Our hourly utilization is $495 an hour for the cost of readiness. So I would respectfully disagree with you from this standpoint. The money generated from third-party billing is not enough to sustain any ambulance service.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
What's your highest paid employee right now?
Myself.
And that is?
My salary?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm a registered, it's $120,000 a year, give or take. I'm a registered nurse. I've been in my position for 25 years, and you advertise in your budget possibly hiring someone for $100 grand as a manager, so I don't think that's unreasonable. In addition, is COVID, I was mandated for 3 months away from my family and worked nearly 80 hours a week because we had people quarantined, so that is what it is.
May I ask, Doug, have you is this the first time you have asked this community for this amount of money in a year for a donation?
It's the first time. It's not a donation, it's a bill for service.
You're calling it a bill for service?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's what it's, yeah.
We're just asking questions.
Right, no, I understand.
We're responsible to make informed decisions, and we're just asking questions.
Okay.
So it's a bill for service, but this is the first time that you've asked Union Township in its history for this amount of money.
Up until this year, before the merger, first of all, the easy answer to that is yes. This is the first time we've asked any community for standardized funding. And it was pushed hard by Jefferson Hills and Elizabeth Township because they're footing the load of the bill. Between those two communities, and I understand they have a lot more usage, and I'm not arguing that. But between both of them, that's over 50% of the whole ask.
And I understand, I'm gonna jump ahead again, I understand that, and I hope you are also understand the considerations here. You came in at the last 2 months of the year when we were close to finalizing a budget. So I just wanted to throw that.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I would just ask that you meet with our board.
Okay.
Because I'm not the when it comes to that, I'm not the decision maker. I'm not the one that turns the lights on or turns the lights off. I make our budget. I'm accountable to that board of directors, but you own us. I mean, I'll take it a step further. I mean, you have a voting seat on our board, so this has been discussed at numerous meetings. You also have another resident who lives in El Rama, Mr. Ed Fry Sr., who's the vice president of our board of directors, and you have an assistant chief named Jonathan Medeiros that lives in Gastonville. So you guys are very, very well represented on our board of directors and within our service.
Sure.
Where would the ambulance be coming from to service this area?
So,
And the second question is, what kind of response time are we looking at?
okay, so on an average, I do give you a response time in the monthly report. We hover somewhere in the 9s. Sometimes we get into the 8s. To be honest with you, what influences that is where the calls are. You may have 1 month, we might be at Trax Farm 4 times in 1 month. We might not be there for a month. The ambulance on night turn comes from Century Drive. During the day, it depends. We do system status management, which means when we go down to 1 or 2 ambulances, we reposition them. But I can tell you that we do, once again, have an agreement with El Rama Fire Hall. to have access to their building again, and we do have crews that hang out at El Rama Fire Hall as well. But we do monitor the monthly call volume.
So you do have an ambulance down at El Rama, Mike?
Not 24/7, sir. They don't. No one reports there. We go to Century Drive, and then we kind of just spread everybody out. If there's 5 crews available, you'll have one in El Rama, one in Elizabeth. You know what I mean? We try to.
Excuse my ignorance, where's Century Drive?
It's on Ridge Road in Jefferson Hills by BAW Plastic.
It's top of Large Hill.
Yes.
Doug, do you get paid, or, excuse me, do you pay El Rama currently?
No.
Okay.
No.
You did in the past, correct?
Yes.
Okay, for how many years?
I honestly don't know. It's at least a couple.
Okay.
At least a couple, because I know that we did renovate. I mean, we were down there. We were in Fluoride Fire Hall, and then we moved to El Rama
Okay.
because there wasn't enough space.
So, and I just wanted to, again, we went through this at the last meeting, I don't wanna keep going back over these documents, but we did ask the former, ambulance company, when it was called Jefferson Hills,
Yes.
we asked for $1,000 a month.
Correct.
That's correct, we've stated that, that's a
Okay.
fact. But when you